Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea, only on Win Media 98.9.
Welcome to this morning's episode of Island Tea with your fave Azim, featuring myself. Parking is just kicking his butt right now, so he's trying his best. But in the meantime, welcome to Wednesday. Don't remember what we named Wednesday, but it is definitely hump day at least. It's the middle of the week. We've made it, guys. Give yourself a pat on the back. We are halfway there to Friday. Halfway to the weekend for some of us. Not all of y'all, because some of y'all just refuse to rest on the weekend. Talking to myself in this situation. But yes, guys, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Morning, Cleo. Morning. Gather around, guys. Gather around. We have some special things today. Don't want y'all to miss. So, remember to share, like, comments, calls, whatever you feel like. Don't cuss. But, yes. Well, Azam, you're not here, so I can't ask you how you're doing. But I am fine at least. Today is a beautiful morning. Birds are chirping. The sun is outside. Well, it was out when I was coming to it this morning. So, yeah. One of y'all downstairs need to go move y'all car so as him go back. Why y'all doing this? Why y'all doing this today? Y'all hindering the process of this wonderful show by taking up his parking. Shout out to the traffic department for rectifying their wrongs, because I see that they moved some stuff around. Some signs were moved from their original location. I see that they erased a stop sign, which interesting. But yeah, shout out to them for trying to rectify the situation, because Lord knows all I hear is people complaining about the traffic lights, traffic stops, how congested town is, how you cannot find parking in town like currently, and it's only 8 o'clock. Imagine that. Cleo is saying it's a gloomy, rainy morning here. Send some down here now. Oh, as him say, he walking from Pond Road. Somebody give him a lift, please. Somebody give my friend a lift if you see him. He will be the only Rastaman currently walking, looking pissed at this moment. Oh, don't even, well, he can't hear me because he's walking. So, Jackie is saying it is raining here in NYC. What y'all having? Y'all in the same place. I think y'all in the same place. But no, it's not raining here. Thankfully, because then Azim would have gotten wet since he has to walk all the way from Pond Road. Oh, listen, that is hilarious. Let us start this morning with some words from the Honorable to bless the day, because you know it's also meeting day. Yes, guys, today is the day that we've all been waiting for the heads of our country, our beautiful federation, to sit down and hash it out. And in the words of Mark Drip Brantley, the Premier of Nevis, says, today we meet to either resolve or dissolve. I am reminded that God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in trouble. Today, more than ever, I pray for wisdom. I pray for your wisdom as well. I pray for everybody's wisdom in that meeting, because I know it's going to be kind of, difficult. Yeah, it's going to be difficult because we are dealing with human beings at the end of the day, with actual feelings and emotions. And although we don't look at politicians as people sometimes, they still are. So hopefully they are able to come to some amicable solution, whether we are getting a divorce, whether they have to split the kids, you know, or they're going to do what some of you parents. Oh, I was listening on your phone.
I was listening. Jane.
My friend.
Laughing at my expense.
I did that, I could hear me. Mega like.
I like when people say they mistreat me.
I truly did not bank on you pulling it up on your phone.
The people know how you mistreat me. I like
Mistreat? Mistreat? As in, I make you walk from Pond Road.
Laughing at my pain.
Listen, because that is hilarious. You have to walk from Pond Road.
A busy guy meeting about CBI and all kind of thing. Where they don't figure out what really going on in town with this traffic light and yellow line.
They want to back in them.
Gosh.
That's it.
Jade, if you leave, let's say, right, you are president.
Well, first of all, you're coming here and blowing off, so your cardio clearly working.
Jade, you know I've been kind of working. Yeah. I've been working.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've been working on my fitness, trying to get myself together.
Yeah.
I want to be here for a while.
See, walking is good exercise.
Jackie. Jade, if you're in the Sands complex and you have to, let's say, go out to come back, how are you supposed to do that?
You asked a non-driver. I have neither a car nor a license.
Well,
and I say, me again another time soon, because if this is what y'all who does drive dealing with, if none of y'all who does drive can figure it out.
Drink some water.
I thought, you know. But that is also empty.
Empty.
Yeah, you finish it on the walk now?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I literally just went.
I'm sorry.
When I hit my fault, and I was.
I'm sorry, friend.
Jade, if you. I guess
you
what
can't ask me. I just tell you can't ask me.
What is supposed to happen, apparently, is you're supposed to come out of the Sands, take a left. The quickest way I could see you getting back into the Sands is taking that road that puts you at the corner of whatever that road is on George Street, by Fulton Bakery. So you come out and take the left there, right? And then you drive across George Street, and then come up one of the other roads. Come up one of the other roads, like to get back onto the Bay Road. But it can't be that either. No, that can't work.
You sound flabbergasted.
No, because remember you ain't supposed to actually cross traffic.
No, you can't.
To come. There's no right turns in town, right?
Let me tell you something. Where's that article?
There's no right.
Where is that article?
So really, what you're supposed to do is come out of the sands, right? Take the left, go down that same road, I think it would be the quickest way. So you probably take that left, come across George Street, go up one of the roads in Newtown, so that would put you back on Pond Road. Drive all the way down to West Square Street, right? Come straight down West Square Street, take the left onto the Bay Road, and then make your way back to the sands.
You know what I mean?
When all you could have done, before all you would have do is maybe go on the roundabout and come back. Yo!
Listen, no more than ever.
No, Witty, you can't go around the Port Zante roundabout because you can't enter the Port Zante roundabout from the sands.
You can't cross traffic, Witty.
But that's what I do this morning, you know?
You're just telling, you saying that you break it, come and
well, it's
listen.
Come listening. 2 times I break the law this morning because I took the right into the sands and then I crossed traffic and went over into
well,
thing.
Well, they say you can go up East Square Street, left on North Square Street,
how you go up
left on West. Did you see why we got to do all of this?
No, but
just to go from here.
Not to just come back
to here.
Just to come back inside, you know, Jade.
This ain't but me don't drive, so me can't.
Jade, that's what I just described is the easiest way because for you to get back to the square from the sands, you have to take a left.
He said you have to take about 5 lefts in this one here. This one message having 5.
Jade, I just tell y'all what we're supposed to do.
2, 3 and a half lefts.
And that ain't all. Because he said you can go up East Square Street.
Left on North Square Street. Left on West Square Street. Left
but
on
you
get
to
I don't know.
You don't get to East Square Street from the sands. There's no way for you to get there.
I don't know, friend. I don't drive. I just there, so I don't know what's happening with y'all driving activity, but this is not my monkey nor my circus. Y'all gonna figure it out.
Like I've been telling people,
I got to figure it out, right? Because I just renew my permit.
Right.
Y'all prefer me. Hope they fail me by 1 this time. Come in, go back again after that, you know. If I fail by 1, it's a wrap. But yeah, you were saying about your driving woes.
I've been telling people what you have to do, of course, is now you have to plan. You have to plan your route.
You can exit Sands on George Street.
You can't.
He thinking
the thing doesn't work.
Yeah, you can't just press the button, man. It
doesn't work.
It don't just move. Oh, he thought it does work?
Maybe he thought it does work.
No, man.
It does just
You're better off you mean if Clyde there.
and he decided to give you a blight.
Yeah, man.
Only once it works.
Listen, for the 2 years I've been here, I've only seen it work once.
And that's because they were doing work at the front.
Twice. Somebody has to press the button. I don't know who he was, but we ain't got button pressing. Point is, he don't have button pressing privileges. So he can just...
Nobody coming in the sands does, Jade.
Well, yeah.
Even the office I see Clyde going to open it up, the people who work there don't come to there.
So...
I don't know. But what I'm saying is, I've been telling people you need to plan your route. You know, whenever you're coming into Boston, all right? You need to plan your route and thing. The problem is, when things don't go to plan, you're screwed. You see what I'm saying? Like
I have such a more pleasant experience walking. I see all kind of new people. Like this.
But Jade, you have to park somewhere to be able to walk first.
You got to park somewhere.
Yeah, right. You're just getting drop off.
Listen.
You're just getting drop off in town. Congratulations.
I just have to hope that the person who's taking me for your parking.
Jade, the truth is, right? Even I'm telling people you need to plan your thing. I'm telling them that because I know that the light's here. Mm-hmm. But I am a firm believer. I'm a firm believer, Jade, because I'm upset. I'm a firm believer, right? that these lights ain't gonna last long, yeah.
think so?
The only thing that can keep the lights there is pride. Pride of the people that install them. No, like you laugh, Jade.
I
The
laugh
place
because
is
every dead nuts lady call here till I take up the traffic light for a while and put it. Nobody study, you know. Every single day she tell her, I say, you know, take up the light from where I put it.
Jade, I had a conversation with somebody the other day. We up by food court, right? Up Buckley's. And the question was, if I'm going to a particular place in town, how do I get there?
By parking at Panwood and walking. Or parking at
And you
Banter and walking.
literally, it's either you have to from early get down off the Island Main Road so you could get into Fort Thomas Road, or you literally have to drive past town to come back into town.
Well, you know, I tell you, a small walk, a little healthy.
It's like the truth is it's not gonna last. Like just this is the exact same.
The man say people will adjust. Traffic flow is more efficient now.
Yeah. Tell that to all the people actually driving. Tell that to the people actually driving now.
I think the issue is parking. To be honest, the issue is.
The issue
Well, one
is
of the
everything.
issues is parking.
Yeah, the issue is
Yeah.
everything.
There's literally nowhere to park in town because it's filled with yellow lines.
Jade, this is the reason.
That's why I asked if any other country got so much yellow lines.
But
You know?
Jade,
I feel like we got too much.
But this is the reason why the other countries are taking up their traffic lights.
Oh.
This is the exact same reason, Jade. The other countries are taking up their traffic lights, which is why y'all get them on a deal.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Whoa, now.
Jade,
Why would you say that?
because
Can I get them on a deal too?
the general consensus is it got to be the you didn't see the commenters say they get buy one get one free.
Y'all kind of mean, man. Y'all kind of. Oh, that was kind of mean. No, listen.
People will have to adjust, yes. People have to adjust, but I don't mean it was right. It just mean that you're all
Until I
too
want to
prideful.
driving in Bastille, stop, park on the outskirts and walk. That is what I want for y'all, you know?
Yeah. But
Somebody said which countries. Let me do a quick Google search because I think the man just be here saying things.
Jed, but when we had when we were talking to Mr. Gilbert from the Public Works Department like 2 years ago. When they were before even
European towns, that's since 2016. What do you mean, sir?
Google
is free.
They've been doing
J2D2.
Jade, all over the world, they're taking up. All them European countries taking up the thing.
Google is free. Just Google it. That's my answer. We have overgrown the space available in Bastille. Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. That is okay. This is the whole point I've been making from the start of this whole thing. Why are you going to try and fix, right, a overcrowding problem with traffic lights?
Man.
We've outgrown Bastille. That's really what's going on here. We've outgrown Bastille. Like, now the problem is that putting up traffic lights doesn't actually address the problem. People still have to drive in town. You just make it more difficult. We keep talking about, like, look, I tell you, make town a commercial center, right? So you have the banks, a few boutiques and things. Government agencies. The government done renting things everywhere.
Literally everywhere.
Renting things everywhere.
It's like they just shake a bag and pull out which building they're going to rent. Because it don't make no sense sometimes.
It almost feels as though you could just build a building and be sure that at least one government agency can end up in there.
Yeah. No. Facts. If you one person you could bet on is the government.
Jade, hey. It does the exact opposite of what we should be doing. You have businesses in town where you can't get to the business. You can't park.
I know, I've been there, friend.
We're fixing the problem with the wrong solution. But again, my
so
thing
Mali say
is,
just plan.
but the lights. That's what I've been telling people. I just been telling people just plan. Just plan. The problem is like, the plan don't always work,
No,
and then you're screwed.
When all else fails, just go down to you and give UDC $5. Is UDC or the government? Who will gain this $5?
UDC apparently.
Okay.
I should have pivot on it though. Just plan, guys. Just plan. Just plan.
But just say from wherever you're going in town. So just
plan.
It's either let me give y'all some ideas of parking that would be available to you between the hours of 8 and 5. Pond Road, Newtown, Port Zante.
St. Paul's.
I mean, if you're into the top, and then there's this. The may know who own it, but is this? Which direction we in?
Yeah, but I don't see nobody parking there. I don't think people actually
realize that they go parking there.
We have a big sign now, paid. It just says paid parking, I think.
Yeah, may see the security hut and stuff.
That is the problem.
People ain't just getting their back. Just who are you giving this $5 to? Who am I giving this $5 to? People like to know that their property is secure. You can't just put on a sign and say $5 parking.
Jackie said it sounds like you want to park in front of the building and walk in.
Yes.
That is.
What a wild concept.
You understand, Jade? I know when people building, you don't just take all the land and say, hey.
Where just drop a building?
Drop a building.
There's usually a parking lot. Am I?
Before these traffic lights are done cussing about it, the companies, them, what they do, right? The companies, so weird in St. Kitts.
Yeah.
They go to the traffic department, get designated parking. Who the parking for? The people who work in there. The people who work in there. Like what kind of mentality you have?
The first manager.
What kind of mentality? Like you understand the mentality it takes to do that? The kind of self-importance it takes to do that?
Yeah, because the customers will paying the business money and more important than the person who running the business.
You will never see that there under the Metropole, Jade.
And a friend.
You'll never see that.
I know.
They'll always
usually parking for the customers, man.
For the customer. Now you ain't gonna get 20 parking spaces per business in town. But what I'm saying is, if you got 6, some of the businesses literally have a parking lot,
and you only go parking,
and nobody who actually go in there to do business go park in there. You think you will go anywhere else in the world and see them stripping this there?
When your ex. Listen, space you off this. What are they to go move on? I guess as going back his y'all don't piss off my friend. So there was such a bright and wonderful Wednesday.
I heard you talking about the birds chirping.
Yeah, man.
They were beautiful this morning.
I mean, you must have seen them on your walk.
Yes. Yes.
Your journey from the grape.
Yes, it was the soundtrack to my walk from Pond Road. But guys, again, the bottom line is the lights ain't going nowhere for at least another election. So
plan your route.
But I can take them up, Jade. I'm gonna live long enough to say it. Like, I can take them up. So, yeah. And that's the thing that bother me, Sometimes the people that are busy, like, boosting up these things, I'd be like, why y'all say when things change? You know what I mean? Like why y'all gonna say no? Because we know it can change. There's no way Basel could remain the way it is, Jade. It is literally a commercial center.
With a bunch of yellow lines.
But no, Jade, this is the problem I'm having, right? Ask anybody. Basel is a commercial center, right? Mm-hmm. When you're planning, urban planning, anything like that, you do things that is not just about flow of traffic. It has to be conducive to the business that's happening there. Mm-hmm. The traffic is doing the exact opposite. The traffic lights have done the exact opposite. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you can't, it's a business center.
Yeah, no.
It's a commercial center,
I got to go all the way into. I got to go back all the way up there.
You know what is happening, Jade? Oh. People are now just making the decision to just not go down.
Yeah, because I could do it online too.
In
most cases, some cases.
But what happens now is a lot of those businesses that depend on that foot traffic, that walking traffic, they're gonna lose.
True.
They're gonna lose.
Literally.
You already have to pay so much. The commercial rent in town is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Jade, I see what some people.
Prices, right? And I'm like, what?
And it ain't just prices. There are people who are running businesses, right, Jade? in rooms half the size that we're in right now.
Yeah, I know that. I've been in there.
Yeah, and I asked them,
And
I
the
said,
rent is
how
twice
much?
the size of the building.
Wow.
Vibes.
Jade, I know people have businesses in some little 10 by 10 rooms in Bastille.
But
It
anyway,
used to be a
there's some
closet.
commercial spaces available that aren't that costly. I think is the government. Yeah, I should look into it. I can't remember. I think like the places down Port Zanta and stuff, them little stall things. The same price, the same sizes y'all paying for in town. I think that a little cheaper.
Maybe this smart, maybe less security though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to pack up your entire business every night.
Oh yeah, that's man.
Yeah, you have to
That's
pack
a
up.
fact,
You have to pack up your business every night. That's
no.
yeah, it ain't conducive to some types of businesses.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like it's rough. It's rough in
It
town.
is, it
It's
is.
rough in town. I literally there's a guy I know. His business is in an 8 by 8. I'm telling him, I said, boss, you realize that man just rent your closet?
He gotta just stay home. He gotta just stay home.
No,
man.
I mean he doing what he
got
gotta
a
do.
closet home.
He gotta do what he gotta do.
Yes,
But
but he has a closet home.
yeah.
The price he paying in rent, right? He could have make up for that in deliveries.
No, the type of business that he doing is it's in.
Or he need
He ain't selling anything.
or he need a closet.
He's providing a service.
Well, the
So
service
it's
could
like-
be done through Zoom. You call me, I
it's
call
like,
you.
He's like you're doing repairs. You're doing repairs.
Drop it off. Drop it off and go.
Yeah.
Cause
So-
listen, I don't know how y'all doing it, eh?
Yeah, you're rough out there. But
Definitely.
they're gonna figure it out, man.
But yeah, speaking of, hold on, you need to sing for us first.
It's tea time.
Okay, as I was saying, since we was talking about traffic,
Mm,
funny enough, there's a story about it.
yeah.
So it says new traffic lights and signs restricting right turns in Central and East Bastia. The new challenges to the flow of traffic in the Bastia area continue to be an issue for motorists and pedestrians.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow. According to the police.
According to the police.
According
Come
to the
on,
police.
the police can't be saying that. The police is saying it's made traffic flow so much better. Than what the police means. Oh, sorry.
Sergeant Henry
Oh, wow.
Our dear friend.
What a coincidence.
of the traffic department in the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force spent some time explaining where people can and cannot turn since the commission of the new traffic light in the Bastia area.
Oh, boy.
We have a Wellington Road by the Hosford's gas station, Leonard Dickinson Street and Wellington Road. If you are traveling from Baker's Corner going to the airport, you are not supposed to turn right. The only
Hold on. If you're traveling from Baker's Corner to the airport. Okay.
can't turn right. The only place you can turn right when you are traveling there is before you meet the gas station. You can turn by the automotive division, the Hosford showroom. You can also come on the street right opposite that and across the road. But when you reach the gas station, you cannot turn right.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
I don't confuse.
For you to get into the gas station, it has to come from the airport direction.
When the man saying these things, the man don't hear what they be saying. The man don't hear what they be saying.
Why are making lives so hard? Why are making lives so hard for sure?
You know, the other thing that freaking me out, and this ain't nothing to do with the traffic lights. It's just something I've been observing for a while. These pedestrian crossings that put you in a drain. You see them? It's like the pedestrian crossing, but you're not crossing to a corner. Like you're crossing like
In a drain.
like in a drain. Like it starts from a drain and end up maybe on a sidewalk or something. Like the one out here by the sands.
Okay.
Remember that one?
Oh yeah, but you're drain for sure.
It puts in a pedestrian crossing.
But
Puts
that
you in a
crossing
drain.
is in such a weird position, right?
It puts you in a drain. It's like you.
That's why nobody don't even use it.
Half of these things nobody could
don't
charge you for the
use
drain.
it.
Nobody. You got to stand up in the drain to wait for the light for the thing to tell you walk.
That ain't make no sense. And when y'all talk about the stoplight by Social Security, the stop sign by Social Security, what else y'all putting down? Because I see there's two, what them yellow bracket things called? The traffic, the traffic thing them.
Two yellow
To tell you that you can't drive. What they call this sign them, but they're on the floor. Help me know. Lord, everybody
What you mean
that can't
you
drive.
mean the caution lines? I mean, and the one that
No,
paint on the
the
floor?
ones that you could take up, the orange and white.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like them not entry signs.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's two right now. What I would call them. So you see, if you drive to Irish Town, right? And you're coming out
Fort
there
Thomas
by,
Road. You're talking about Fort Thomas Road.
and you're coming out by where Island Purified got the story, the filler.
That is Westbourne got.
Okay, from there to the
Sorry,
other gut.
that's
Well, from one gut to the other gut, you can turn. What? You can't turn one the directions.
oh.
And I see some people doing work there this morning. But yeah, back to the reason why we know what's going on in the country.
People don't figure it out, you know.
They don't figure it out, but they're figuring it out fast enough. If you are driving from Baker's Corner going to the airport, you will see one on your left before you meet the road by Miss Lack. When you're coming down the airport, you will see one on your left by the gas station telling you cannot turn across the traffic. This is where they had the sign on the wrong side. At least I move it.
Yeah. Shit.
But I may not tell you, I'm so afraid to drive here because I thought y'all ain't know, I ain't know. Y'all supposed to know.
If the idea was to lessen the traffic in town, you guys will definitely succeed.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah. The only problem is I'm feeling a lot of the smaller businesses, especially those that depend on like the foot traffic, you know. Some of these food places.
Yeah, buying lunch in town is a struggle. Yeah. Not gonna lie, buying lunch in town is a big struggle because even though they have the food court, you still have to park somewhere.
Anyway, plan your road.
They need to start having street signs in SKN.
Yeah, there's a lot of street signs.
Oh, Liverpool Road, yes, Gawain, yes, Liverpool Road has two.
Oh, wow.
So guys, again, plan your roads. Things are blocked off. Things are changed. Pay attention, because some of y'all not paying attention.
Yeah, one of the things that can jam is like, again, when the plan don't work out, once they have like any road construction, accident, anything like that, it all falls down.
Chaos. I love it. Love it.
Yeah. Anyway, how the traffic, see?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk more, sir. I'm going to let you. It's getting worse.
We're going downhill?
Yeah. It's about that time of the morning.
Well, actually, we're going uphill. All right, Jade.
Sir, you is one. I feel like it's your fault I fail, so don't talk to me. Man, how I feel like it's fault. I failed me by one.
I see somebody
tell me I couldn't give me the one? One?
Before we move on, Jade.
One, you know? Oh, they failed me by one, are you?
The theory? The written test?
Yes.
Wow. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Good morning, Jade. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning.
It's another beautiful day in the Federation of Kitts-Nevis.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is.
It's not a real place. I'm listening to you guys and I'm smiling because I'm thinking this is something I've been complaining about in Nevis for years. For years. It is the most unfriendly town I've ever been in. And it's a classic example of when government makes decisions and don't get the people involved. All of the suggestions that you guys have brought up here would have signaled to the government that this was not a good idea. And two, to educate the people before they do this stuff. You can't just throw something like this on people that they're not accustomed to and expect them to understand it.
That
but
has been
the
very
part
great.
that really baffles me is government, both in St. Kitts and Nevis, it seems, have not seen the opportunity in what they're doing. Why not put parking meters along those same roads so people can park and access where they want to go? Their time would be limited, of course, because people don't like to spend a lot of money. And the government would make some revenue, too. How come nobody can figure that out? So when I come up Main Street from the western end, and I drive along Main Street, and I see the ticket people there ready to write a ticket, it makes no bloody sense.
I
The
tell you, that's
town
not one
looks like a
question.
ghost town. Nobody can park. Nobody can access their business. I tell you, I have paid for so many parking tickets I probably can buy another vehicle. No, I'm not kidding. It is ridiculous. Exactly.
Yeah.
So who is really losing through all of this? Everybody is
Well,
losing
on
all
business.
around.
Yeah.
This makes no sense. This is crazy. This is crazy what people are doing. And government, it's a disrespect to the people. Just imagine you come in front of my gate and you turn on something in front of the gate without even bothering to ask me or at least advise me you're going to do it and maybe even tell me why. It helped me. My father always made this statement. Make it make sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
Make it make sense to the people and they will buy into it as
Yeah.
my God, we're treated like fools.
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
I hear you.
Think it's just like Nevis. And at the same time, them little $5 parking meters and $10 parking. How much money government can make every day out of those parking meters?
I've been
If I
asking.
want to pull up on Main Street and run it, I need to go to my mailbox once a week to pick up my mail on Main Street. And guess what? I run the risk of pulling up there and getting a parking ticket for $100 to access my mail.
Yeah.
I said, listen to me. I was coming out of a business place on Main Street one day. I usually go there once a month and buy my stuff in bulk, my toilet paper, my soap powder. The police pulls up and tells me I can't park there, and I got this thing of toilet paper over my shoulder, putting it in my trunk. And I asked him, where would you like me to go and park?
That's
Up
the question.
in Ramsbury and walk up there with this on my shoulder?
That is the question.
Come on, man. It's just something I've been bitching about, excuse the expression, for a long time. A long time. And to hear you guys talking about it and think it, and in addition to add to the stress of throwing up a parking, and people, remember, people learn to drive without learning to drive with lights. Do they really know what to do? When you sit down in a roundabout and you don't discuss it with people, you know, what are people supposed to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, have a great day. I am going to allow the sunshine into me regardless. So you guys have a wonderful day.
You do the same, all right?
All right. God bless. All right.
Somebody said I have a better chance to get my license now because I'm learning on the new system.
It ain't got nothing to do with that. It ain't got nothing to do with that. You know? It ain't got a thing to do with that. But, I mean, the parking, like, for instance, right? All those businesses in town, the police, they still have to allow them to park illegally. Mm-hmm. Because at some point,
drop off, pick up,
because the police would be there does know, like, okay, the bus pull up with some stock or making a delivery, like, where they gonna go? Like, where you gonna go?
Nowhere at all.
You got to park illegally.
You have to.
They have to come to the park right on. I didn't park inside the police right there because it's like the police not well. Where else you can send them? You understand? It's a commercial area.
There's nowhere else for you to send these people.
It's a commercial area.
There's literally nowhere else for you to have them park for them to offload their stuff or pick up their stuff. They can't. There's no bit. Anyway.
Even the idea of like the police being on 4th Street and so I assume because they have the ticket book, part of what they're doing is kind of managing how long people stay there for, right? Mm-hmm. But my thing is, so what I believe happens is they take a walk down the road, they note the numbers and the spots, and then at some point they walk back up the road and then cross-reference the numbers while putting down in your numbers in the book to see if you were here when I passed down the first time. That's the only way they could do it. When all you gotta do is put on parking meters.
Then you could sponsor us one. Good morning.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, may not need it.
Anyway, let's move on because things happening in the country.
Yes. So on the unfortunate side of things, some human remains were found in Bayford's Mountain. Police are investigating. On April 1st, police officers searched the Bayford's Mountain area after receiving a tip and found bones that appeared to be human. Dear Lord, please don't ever let this be me. Anyway. The forensic department subsequently confirmed that the remains were found are indeed human. The police are currently trying to determine the identity of the remains and are investigating the circumstances that led to the death of the unidentified individual and how their remains ended up in Bayford's Mountain. Anyone with any information regarding this matter are urged to contact the Violent Crime Unit by dialing 467-1887, 467-1888, 662-3468, their nearest police station or crime hotline at 707. The people who know the information don't call you. That's where you find them. I don't
Not have information coming?
in meetings though.
I mean, we can hope though, Jade.
We could
Yeah,
hope
we could
and pray, because I also saw that, maybe it wasn't in this article, but I saw that they have a hunch that it might be one of two people.
Well, Jade, we know the people have been missing, yeah.
Yes.
It got to be missing people. Like,
Clearly, because.
yeah, and this is one of the things. I mean, I think I mentioned it last week, actually, that this seems to be a thing now. We hearing about these people missing, and there are a lot of people who still have not been found.
Yes.
And it's very troubling, to be honest. It's very, very troubling. We are presently in this time, it feels like you're just hearing, oh, such and such person missing, and then a few weeks later you hear, oh, a human remains were found somewhere, and
I'm not gonna lie, it's one thing in life that may one ever find is a body. One time I thought I found a body and I almost passed out. It was just banker. No, it's true. As you see me even laughing. No, this happened to me for real.
It's just like you say, it's banker. Like it automatically makes sense right there. Like, okay, it's one of banker props.
As in when I tell you, I almost pass clean out on the sidewalk. Like I felt, when you ever felt lightheaded quickly?
Dude, I've been in that same situation. It's just that the person was, what you call it there? The person was basically high.
Oh.
And just passed out on the ground. So I actually called the police and waited. Because I woke up me touching that person there. Because nobody can say my DNA on this man or anything like that.
Not only that, the man might wake up and bite off your face. So you say,
I didn't know. To me, he looked.
Oh, you didn't know at the time?
I thought he was deceased.
You didn't want me to touch him, and I said, well, when we dusted.
When we dusted, we find your hair on him or something, and I got a lot of hair to float around. So I.
No, you're right.
So I literally called the police and waited, and they asked me what something and thing. Well, they're talking to me. But one of the police went and touched the fellow, but the man vexed, waking him up.
From a good nap. Listen.
I mean, I was very happy. That he was alive.
Listen, small wins, eh?
Yeah, but I was very happy that he was alive. So I've been in that situation too.
I do not wish that on nobody.
But a lot of times when you get these tip off, like you said, the people who tip you off is the people who put them there. Sorry to say it, but.
No, you sure? I've watched enough crime shows in my lifetime to know usually when you get them type of tips, that's the person you need to talk to. The person who tell you where the body is located, that is the person that you should be talking to. Because they know something else.
Yeah. Man, but I mean, I'm hoping that they really do get to identify this person, so at least the family and the loved ones have some sort of closure.
And I think that's the worst part about it, not knowing what happened to somebody that you love.
That is not normal.
Mm-hmm.
That is not normal. Like, in order for you to grieve properly, you need to know, what you're grieving over. You see where I'm coming from? It's not. People ain't supposed to just disappear.
No, that's crazy. People still have not been found for years. Years, eh?
Jade, we live on an island.
I was about to say, I guess it's because we run the risk of living on an island with mountains and valleys and.
Jade, not even that, Jade. You realize think it's smaller than Disney World?
It is. However, we are more mountainous than Disney World.
Not really. They got Magic Mountain.
They have that's one big mountain.
The Tower of Terror. They got Epcot.
Think it's got spaces, man. think it's got spaces clearly
Clearly.
because I don't want to believe everybody just feeding people to pigs.
But we need to. These things need to get solved, because this can't be seen as an effective way to last people.
No, and we also need updates. Like I feel like when it comes to these type of cases, ever so often, the authorities need to update people on the case. Remind people that these people still, because people don't forget out of sight, out of mind.
Maybe they ain't gonna lead.
Okay, they don't have to have a lead, but just come out and remind the public that these are the people that have been missing for so.
To answer the calls.
Huh?
Wait for it to answer the calls.
Me fair too. But these are the people that are missing, and we still need help finding them.
Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up?
Yes, good morning, guys.
Morning.
I'm here thinking, like you said, they find bones. How are they gonna identify the person? Because when that is the problem, here they find even your teeth structure, they can say, well, okay, go into a data bank. You say, well, because you got dentist and all these things, you can file at a dentist. He can tell you, well, that is that person's teeth. In think do they have that if they find teeth?
Well, I'm pretty sure they have ways and means of DNA testing.
But not only that, I think even though they said they find bones, like there may be other evidence in and around the area that may help them to identify the person. For instance, clothing, clothing, other personal items. You just never know. It just depends on the situation.
Because families that have persons that are missing, to hear that they found bones. Can you imagine what they are going through this morning?
Yeah.
And I think you talk about touching the person and leaving it here. But they'll find it. I dare to tell you they wouldn't find it, and I dare to tell you, if think it's police here, they wouldn't even look for here on the person to even say, take the here up and put it in a jar to say, let's go examine that, please. They're just grabbing up that body and going. You good man. You don't have to worry about it here.
All right, thanks, Cleo.
Hey, may I kidnap you? May I kidnap him?
Yeah?
That's like a fear of mine.
I got a few friends that
have tried.
I was gonna say that's one of the things that kind of wished could happen, but
happy for them. Happy for them for sure.
Yeah, in controlled circumstances.
Exactly. Cause boy.
Let's see if this person have a tip. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T.
Island T, boy, where do you? Me, I'm on the wrong station. Sorry.
Yo, you have to love this country, you know?
Hey,
you just have to love this country.
But big ups to that caller, because at least that caller will, and like actually,
you know it was him.
But he believed what we said.
Yeah.
Remember, because some callers are calling and tell us we're a different station. Yeah.
That was well, you know. You can tell us what we miss. we just come here every day telling us what we.
We targeted over there.
She can't see what part we be, you know, but we lie.
Wow.
Love y'all too.
Bye, I love it. Bye. Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up?
Yes. Good morning.
Morning.
With regards to the traffic situation, this was predictable, right? We act as if other places have not gone through the same problems in developing their cities as we have. And so we don't look, it seems as if we didn't look at the solutions, right? All the possible solutions to this, right? It looked to me as if somebody who didn't know what they were doing decided that we're going to have traffic lights. People would be impressed by this, put them up, and in other words, they put the cart before the horse. You mentioned people should be planning their routes now. The planning should have come long before, right? Long before these lights went up, right? And it would be an interesting exercise if some enterprising journalists went through how the whole genesis of these lights, how it was decided to do it, how the procurement procedures, if there were any at all of these things, because I'm sure there's a story in that, right? It seems now as if they're considering put in large parking areas outside of the city and then shuttling people to the town center, right? Which is a solution that I've seen operate in other places and have worked. Basically, they have large parking lots on the outskirts, and you have some kind of tram system, whether railway or it's on wheels, that just shuttle people back and forth, right? That's they didn't have to put in traffic lights. I always said, blocks were too small, were not spacious enough to allow for traffic lights. You can't have traffic lights in so many traffic lights in such a small area, confined to such a small area. It's going to lead to confusion. So it seems that they're going to have to go back to the drawing board, and as you said, nothing probably would happen before election because of pride. But too many of these projects, and we've seen it in other areas like bus stations and so on, they have to make adjustments after because of improper planning or poor execution. And as someone said, if they would involve a lot of people, certainly more people, in the planning phase of these projects before you go out and spend money, it would be better off for them. Then you pool all the ideas and select the best one, right? Rather than spend money and then have to take back up the lights. That don't make any sense. So we have to go about doing things in a better way. This haphazard modernizing without planning and thinking is what I call it. That can't work. That's wasteful. Okay then.
All right. Thank you so much, Carlo.
I
was really hoping that we'd get a caller who would enlighten us as to just how amazing the lights are, but it seems like there's a general consensus.
Where you can find that person there?
Seems like there's a general consensus that.
Police and all, now we confused.
Yeah.
So your friend?
No, by me, you know where these cars gave me trauma this morning. Good morning. Good morning, caller 11 LNT.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The caller there, I think you should put him on a ballot. He don't do chicken.
Listen, don't do that. Don't do that. Well, and we know the answer to that question because he was alive and well this morning and able to call.
I didn't hear any gagging or anything. I didn't sound the reverberant.
No, he didn't sound
noise
in the bathroom.
Right.
No.
Good morning, caller 11 LNT.
Yeah, good morning, man. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, man. I believe the caller is probably right, bro, about that traffic lights situation. That's some great comments he made about them lights, man. I'm not underground there, but if you look at the situation, right, this, however small or however big or small basket is, inside the grid, is too many cars inside the grid at any one time. Because, they've been importing so much cars that the city is jammed up with the amount of cars every day and at any special time during the day. If there's too much cars inside the grid and you put lights inside the grids, the lights them is going to be obsolete. They're not going to be any use at all. They're just going to be it's just going to create traffic jams inside the grid. Now, what I believe, the lights them should maybe be out on the outskirts and meter the amount of traffic flowing in and out the city, in and out the town. That caller, he's absolutely right with that stuff. The planning should have been done a little bit better than this. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board, and what's going to probably end up happening is they're going to have to take them traffic lights back out, and they're going to make it like they're going to spend the money foolishly. If that planning wasn't done correctly, they're going to have to pull them traffic lights back out, and it's going to be like a waste of time. But that's my contribution. It's too many cars inside the grid that's creating a traffic jam. In other words, they put the lights, but the lights not going to help. The lights should be on the outskirts, metering traffic flow in and out the city. All right, man. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Jesse behave.
The thing is, there's ways to deal with all these issues, you know. Why? Because we aren't the first to deal with it.
And we're gonna be the
Like, for
last.
instance, right, people is asking me what I suggest in terms of, like, providing parking space for customers. Because, okay, even if the parking in front of the buildings isn't taken up by the bigger heads in these corporations or whatever, then it can be taken up by the regular workers around. So, for instance, if you work at, like, a bank,
Yeah.
at, you know, TDC, you know, Hasfords, like the courthouse, a lot of the parking, let's say, around the square, then it's taken up with the people that work there. They get there early in the morning. And the thing is, a lot of people, what they do, they park, and because they know they might not get a parking if they move, the car stay in there till 5 a.m.
You better believe it. You watch you wherever that mission they have to go on, when they have to run.
Find another way. That car staying right there.
Uber.
Right? So I said, this is what needs to happen then. What needs to happen is, when we do the parking, you know, we do the parking. Okay, let's even say it's UDC. The companies need to, first you put parking meters around these areas, right? So it's time the parking. If you don't want to get crazy, you can say a half hour, 45 minutes, right? You could even say an hour if you want, right?
That's fair. I feel like that's...
Right? You could even say an hour. But the people now who work at these buildings, what happens is the companies work along with these paid parking places to get them parking, so it doesn't come out of the pocket of the worker, but the company, you know, pays like let's say a wholesale price, right? So that these people that work here are able to park here for cheaper or for free, right?
Yeah.
So you have a package deal with the parking. So
Yes,
they would know.
we have Uber.
So of course now, if you're in the business, you're not gonna come out and pay the parking meter every hour you're at work. So you're gonna take the option to park for free a few minutes down the road, and leave the parking close in the city center for people actually doing business. So, and that's not me coming up with I'm not reinventing the wheel. This is what is done all over the world.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Mr. Buddy, when the first set of traffic lights were commissioned, we had the same conversation. We were still having the same conversation when the second sets were convened. Like, the conversation didn't change. So
This is the thing, right? People that say give it a chance, this is what's going to happen. People will adapt. But because people adapt, they will make it right.
Yeah.
Yes, like, that's... the real problem is that we are trying to fix a problem with the wrong solutions. That's really what's going on. That's really what's going on. We've outgrown Bastille.
By points.
We have not. Even though we're a small country, we still heavily centralize commerce. So everybody feel like, but they need to be in town. It's one
when they
space.
don't.
And everything done. Anyway.
Yeah, friend, I'm backing you.
Go town done extend all the way to Canary in the east, and then extend all the way to Buckley's and camps in the west.
No, man, farther than that.
Where do you think?
Wherever Ram stop, that's what town.
But that's what I tell you, Buckley, camps.
Oh yeah, that's
camps.
true.
Right.
Well, you know.
The thing is, when people talking about the too many car situation, if we identify that, hey, we have an issue with cars, right? Then we need to figure out, one, where the issue coming from. Is it just that everybody and the mother decide that they want their own car? There's ways to push consumers to different options. You understand? There's ways to push consumers to different options here. Incentive, and the problem does be when they want to push, they don't ever think about, okay, what we want to achieve. They go, oh man, this is what people doing, how we can make money off of it. Instead of going, hey, let's incentivize the behaviors that we want persons to adapt. No.
Let's make money. I love it.
Let's say we wanted to say, by most of these people here, they're making short ones, where they don't use scooters.
That's true. I feel like that would be more economic.
But then you would have to, you would have to incentivize that type of that kind of spending, right? But they ain't gonna do that. You know what they're gonna do? This is what they're gonna do. People watching it and saying, "Buy town game ridiculous." You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna buy a scooter. All of a sudden, you start to see a lot of people on scooters. You know what they're gonna do?
Make scooter bagging. Make paid scooter bagging.
No, what they gonna do? I bet you see the tax on the import duty and scooters go up. That's what they do. That's what
We
they
can't
do.
win by. We can't win.
The import duty and then say, oh, if you're bringing in a scooter that is more than 3 years old, you have to pay extra such and such and such because we realize there's a scooter problem. No, the scooter is the solution. If you want people to bring in newer scooters, then incentivize them to do so. Don't punish them for bringing in the ones they can afford. Anyway. Wait and see. That's what's going to happen, Jane.
No, you're right. You're right. I need to get my scooter before they do it, though. So.
Girl, let me share money to buy a cycle right now, see?
Now, I actually think I'm buy a scooter. This, Jaden can't do that.
What you can do that?
I'm saying, hold on to the scooter.
Give him a couple of years, man.
Yeah.
Give him a couple of years.
All right, well, let's take a break in the meantime, and then we come back with more conversation right here on Island Tea. Stick and stay. Don't go nowhere.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Bust a move. Door-busting savings happening now. Horsford's Automotive is busting loose. Huge door-busting discount on all 2020 Nissan Urban 16-seater buses. Bust loose with as much as $25,000 off on all 2020 Nissan Urban 16-seaters. Yes, up to $25,000 off on all 2020 Nissan Urban 16-seater buses. But that's not all. Down payment. Busted. Absolutely no down payment. Payment on bill of sale. Busted. No payment on bill of sale. Payment on servicing for 12 months. Busted. Free servicing for 1 year. Buy groceries on gas for up to 3 months. Your choice. Busted. Your choice of absolutely free groceries or gas for 3 months. Payment on registration and licensing, tinting and accessories. All busted. That means they're totally free. Horsford Automotive is busting loose with its Bus a Move sales event on all 2020 Nissan Urban 16-seater buses. Bus a Move and get your new 2020 Nissan Urban 16-seater today for as much as $25,000 off. Bus a Move now at Horsford's Automotive. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. It is Wednesday.
All
day.
today. It is meeting day.
That's a meeting thing.
Yeah.
Tell everyone what happens meeting, yeah. Everybody can...
No, because I hear what Max said this morning.
Max
said we're either figuring it out or we're dismantling.
I hope,
So they're going to figure it out, basically.
I hope, what's his name there?
Who?
I hope the political party listening to what Courage had to say the other day.
Who is Courage? Courage is the man you show me?
I show you, Courage?
Yeah. From the town hall?
Yeah. Hey, I think I've been asking this one question. Can anybody provide the video of Mark endorsing Nishan?
No.
For the next Prime Minister?
Not yet. He coming.
I feel I missed it, yeah. It got to be happening.
Well, both of us missed it. because me hear it neither. But he coming. Don't worry about the wrong things. You worry about election now as 3 years out, 2 years after they just had one. Your mind in the wrong place.
Jade,
your mind in the wrong
you
place.
just say that one of the leaders say we might have election in 3 months. Like, that's literally what he's saying there.
He mean it so.
Oh.
He mean it in that way now.
At least we're not as bad as Pakistan.
We're gonna know. Oh yeah, the man say he moving.
What? No man, Imran Khan got to step down, girl.
Oh no, so one of them say hey, maybe he then. Somebody had election and the man, well, they had a call for, both of them no confidence. The man said that's all.
You're talking about Pakistan, but that ain't exactly what happened.
Oh.
But
the man said that's our business. So basically, the man said, I could do what I want. My main
basically, he didn't go, and then he dissolved parliament right after. He had the deputy speaker just kind of go in and be like, nah, we ain't gonna have this vote.
Okay.
and then right after, put out and say, yeah, we dissolve parliament.
I tell you, the man said, man, doing I know. I said, man, if you go say this. And
he didn't show up. Nobody from the government showed up, I don't think.
That's crazy. So it's our government minister just wailing out.
But when I say we're as bad as Pakistan, I don't think people even realize that there's not been one president. I think.
See, Mac did. Show us the video.
No, I keep saying, just show me the video.
Send us the video.
Oh, nobody's saying that he did. He didn't.
As
a matter of fact, I think he did. I just
put the video on the chat.
I just want to see that video. Like, we have videos of everything.
Put the video in the chat.
I'm waiting for that video to be played. That's why I want to end. Because I'm pretty sure he did. Like, he had to.
Yeah.
He had to. Like, he had to.
Main thing, they're just out here crazy.
Fire shooter talking about Imran Khan. Yes, Imran Khan was Pakistan's former cricket captain and all.
I just about to say, this name sound familiar.
Yeah, the man was a big playboy until he went into politics and then was like, he became like a devout Muslim.
It's a hell of a switch, by.
But what the point I was making about Pakistan is that, I think it's like 75 years now, Pakistan been independent. They've never had one president that finished the full term. There hasn't been one president that finished a full term. So we're not bad.
Mental health first, okay? Mental health first. They're going in realizing, I can't fix this. So
what happened in Pakistan is that the real people who run the country is the military. And when you're in the military angry, it's time for you to go.
Well, vibes. Sometimes we just gotta get rid of people. Like,
yeah. You're toxic.
Yeah.
Get rid of you.
Get rid of them.
I still can't believe you call me toxic here.
Who got it? Where the proof of that? Who got you toxic? Show me a video of me calling you toxic. Show me a message where I, Jade, refer to you as him as toxic. What you standing?
You know what this sound like?
What?
This sound like when people say, Mark said, and then as a man in the ear going, where the video? Show me the video. Why we didn't ask him when he was on the show?
It's sure. We should ask him now. He gonna come back.
Yeah, next time he come.
Yeah. Anyway, so.
Yeah, this is ironic, eh? Guys, if you are unfamiliar with the definition of irony, stay tuned. Jade is about to give you a prime example.
So, author of How to Murder Your Husband on trial for what, Azam?
Perhaps murdering her husband?
I mean, I would have never guessed. What happened to Ojabai?
There is a lady who authored. What was it? I think it was an essay,
An essay? Yeah, it's an essay.
Yeah, she wrote an essay entitled How to Murder Your Husband. And now she's on trial for murdering her husband.
She's accused of
she's on trial.
Shooting her husband to gain more than 1.5 million in life insurance. Me not married nobody, because they gonna see me insurance and walk out. The amount of, I kid you not, the amount of videos and stories and articles that I've read with people getting murdered by their spouse over insurance money.
That is
we need to look into that.
You know what you need to do? Just not put your spouse as your dependent, as your beneficiary.
I done so now in love. And I doing dunce things, and that's why that is.
Jade is a woman them.
Hey, the woman them killing themselves? No, some of them don't kill the husband. The husbands that kill wives.
No,
Everybody does be doing this as
No, Jade, what I'm saying is, right, a lot of times, men don't want to do these things. But what does happen is, if you when you don't do it, you get accused of not being loved. For instance, prenups. You go talk to your significant other about signing a prenup, they start to accuse you of not loving them, not wanting the marriage to succeed, not that kind of thing. Whenever you try to put things in place to protect yourself, Jade, that is the response from a lot of women.
Yes. However, again, me, have seen plenty videos of men murdering their wives and their entire families for insurance.
Nah.
Women, as if you cannot debate this with me because I'm telling you.
Jade. I don't know. It's not that I'm saying that we haven't seen a lot of instances where men have, done these like horrible acts.
I think you know what they
a lot of times though, they're doing it out of passion and it ain't good.
No, that's not it. You know where Candyman come from, Azim? Do you know the origin of the story,
yes,
Candyman?
I know the origin of Candyman, yes.
A man gave his child cyanide, and other children cyanide, so he could claim insurance on them as him.
That's crazy.
A man wipe out his whole entire family just to get insurance and be with his side chick. What you telling me, Azim?
You hear what you said here? Okay.
It was multifaceted.
I rest my case.
No, it was multifaceted.
I rest
some
my
of y'all
case.
just crazy, yeah? But some of them doing it for money. No, some of them doing it for money for
yeah,
you.
but a lot of time the money is for them neither. That's what I'm saying.
What kind of conversations in bed y'all have to be having to convince a man to kill his whole family for you?
I don't think the conversation involves
talking. Because that's a hell of a conversation to have, The fact that you could convince somebody to wipe out their whole family, children, dog, fish,
everything.
wife,
Everything.
me mother's here.
But Jared, let me tell you something. What I found interesting about this particular case.
That may read it because you're going to distract me.
But what I found interesting about it, do you realize that the judge has...
No, because again, you distract me. We ain't realize nothing as him because me read no story.
I was just going to talk about it. I was going to let you read the whole thing. Go ahead, read it.
But I'm going to get a little context in, Oh, she do it by Mengalit, you. She look like the face.
She look killish?
Yeah, boy. I know she do it. Whatever they say she do.
Wow. Wow.
Allegedly. A few years after Nancy Crofton Brophy wrote an essay called How to Murder Your Husband. Why would you even write this? Why would you? Anyway. She is now accused of fatally shooting her husband to gain more than $1.5 million in life insurance. Crompton Brophy has remained in custody since her arrest in September 2018, facing a murder charge for the murder of Daniel Brophy. Brophy was killed as he prepped for work at the Oregon Culinary Institute in Southwest Portland around 7:30 a.m. But first thing on your mind is murder, miss? Lord, man.
And he looked like a man who used to season chicken properly.
Listen, not while frying it, but before. He was killed and the man dead in the kitchen, Me mother's with irony bar.
Is the good ones that I go first, Jade?
The man getting ready to go work at a culinary institute and died in his kitchen. Wow.
People wicked out here, bye.
And there were no other obvious suspects. Basically, police said, listen, miss, no matter what you tell us, we know it's you. So just tell us the truth.
Nobody else was here?
There's literally nowhere nobody else, but you could have killed your husband. Why would you write an essay entitled How to Get... No, that baffling bad enough?
Yeah, but we won't get to that because the part that's interesting with me in this case about the essay.
Okay, wait.
Is what the ruling of the judge.
Okay, so at the start of the trial Monday, Judge Christopher Ramras announced the essay would be excluded from the trial's evidence. Hello?
Right. So that's something
so
I want.
You mean the playbook? What do you mean?
So
The confession?
so
What do you mean excluded?
so this is the question now. The question for me to you, Jade, is: do you believe that? I have multiple questions, but the first one is:
Okay.
do you believe that the judge should decide that that particular essay that speaks directly to the act for which the defendant is on trial
I
should
should
not
be the lawyer. This
should
is premeditated murder.
because he's saying it so many years ago.
So what?
Okay, so your point is
She wrote an essay.
okay.
She wrote a play-by-play confession about how to murder her husband and then murdered her husband. Listen,
Okay. So
The
that's
whole
also,
should
so,
address-
so let's talk about that first then.
I know we're going with this, you know. I sense we're going with this, you know.
No,
sense we're going
there's a
with
couple
this.
there's a
Go
couple
ahead,
there's a couple
go ahead.
things.
Let me see if I'm right.
Well, one is talking directly to this question. You do realize that there is a trend now for rappers
I
in
know it.
particular.
I know it.
Rappers
I know
in
it, you know.
rappers in particular, their lyrics for their songs being used against them in court as evidence.
Sometimes we need to shut up.
Yes, but you can't tell me that I can, for instance, nobody looking at Alec Baldwin's stuff, things that he acted out in movies and bringing it up in this trial. You understand where I'm coming from? Nobody doing that. Yeah, but it's the same thing. We're creating art.
Some of this art is true to life, though. Some of this art is very
Yeah, but
true to life.
but you can't. But okay, so if that's the case, then the rappers them should be judged based on some songs that somebody gonna decide that this part true. This part ain't true, but this part true. And this part talking about exactly what you're saying.
If this part,
and not
if
car-
this part
and
matched
car-
with something, if this part matched with something, as if you, I've heard songs with people admitting Bobby Shmurda wrote a whole, as in Bobby Shmurda wrote a whole song about how he and his friend them was doing things. You know what they get locked up for? The things they were doing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, should this song be used as evidence to prove that they did what it is they said? Because the opposite is true. A lot of people just sing those things and don't be doing it.
Then they should stop.
Yeah, but what I'm
Then
saying
they
is,
really should stop
what I'm
making
saying is, no, I believe that in the case of this lady.
No, this is too spot on. Me sorry. I understand what you're saying.
No. I'm not saying one or the other, like they should or shouldn't use it, right? I just wanted to get your view. No, the other thing is, as much as the judge says that this shouldn't be used as evidence in the trial, you really think the jurors them could wipe out the fact that this woman write an essay saying about an essay, the title of the essay is How to Kill Your Husband?
She could have picked anything. She
But
could have picked
the judge,
anything as him.
the judge, we human, the judge, you can't just ignore that.
Yeah, as him, I tell you, she set up herself. Even if the two of them ain't got nothing to do with one another, why would this be the title of your essay, ma'am? There's so many things you could have picked, you know. This is like when Audrey write the book, say, what? If I did kill my wife?
If I did it.
Sir. Sir.
If I did it.
Sir. Listen. Okay, Oje. Why humans does be the downfall of their own selves regularly? Because you don't have to write and say and put out everything that comes to mind. Yeah. And everything that you think should be put out into the world. You should start to backspace. Start to backspace. Literally look at the message and say, is this important? Should I be putting this out? No. The answer is usually no. Because why would you write this? Why would you write this? And then your husband is in your kitchen. Ma'am, if you don't come, go jail you. You're wasting the court time, you're wasting we time.
She thought she had it too, because apparently there's a video of the vehicle.
What vehicle?
Their vehicle.
Doing what?
Driving in town around the time when he was supposedly killed.
So you had an accomplice, miss? Come on.
So I know that's gonna be the defense like,
but
how I kill him, I was downtown.
Ma'am, you was not downtown.
7:30 in the morning.
You wake up with murder on your mind like, why? What the man name? Melly? The man who in jail right now for murder, for singing that song.
Oh, YMW Melly.
Yeah, that was his soundtrack the morning. Man just trying to go work, make a living for y'all. I kill the man in the kitchen. Like, come, miss.
Watch
Listen.
the audacity of human beings to believe that they have the right to take life away from somebody. Like, to me, that there is
mind blowing, Mike. I don't know how we all just figure out that. Like, how do you just figure out, yes, I am going to kill everybody today? And then, you know what has bothered me about these things? Like, I'm not an advocate for suicide, right? But if in the end, you thinking about mass murder, right? And in the end, you figure you're going to kill yourself, start there. Don't bring everybody else into it. We ain't got nothing to do with it. I like those stories just bother me. You mean to tell me you wake up with the intention to kill yourself today and you decide you're gonna kill 5 people too for no reason? 5 people just minding their business. And now you have 5 families grieving just because you wanted to kill yourself? That might say make sense to me.
Yeah. I mean that is one dynamic. But in this particular case, the dynamic of this is somebody who we would assume at one point you had some serious emotional attachment to. How do you get to the point where that
life costs $1 million? You just decide that life costs $1 million. What you would kill your spouse for? What figure?
Jade, you ain't gonna trap me up. Jade, you
like,
ain't.
What's that?
Do you want me to do what the woman do? You want me next thing when I reach in court, the people I'm pulling back this tape? I will never do such a thing.
Hypothetically.
I would never do such a thing, Jade. No, like look, but I understand that the cloth I cut from Jade. Again, I got things that I would and wouldn't do that most people would just do.
No, that's true. That's
like I just
hear them stories all the time, and I'm like, wow, I've never thought of this. Never ever thought of this.
Jade, we had a lady for some strange reason eat a roach.
I still can't figure. I hope she's having a wonderful day wherever she is. I've watched. You
just got certain things that Jade I just know mean cut from the cloth and money, like for money it can't be for money.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I wasn't born with that one. My life in shambles now.
Jade, I watch people literally undermine people, literally bad talk, perpetrate violence, do all kind of thing for some money. Yeah?
But it does make people do some strange things.
Yeah, but if you're not a principled person, if you're selfish,
they will catch you. Yeah. They will catch you for sure. But yeah, so where you said the figure be 2 million? 3.5.
Let the record show that the only person here calling out figures is Jade Gwen ID to CPL Matter Stuart Johnson.
A Billy. Not even a Billy as him? Okay.
No, I gotta sleep at night, yeah.
Yeah, sleep at Billy, Richard. You could buy a new conscience with that, you know?
I don't know the store that sell that, yeah.
Amazon
has a conscience.
I think a lot of people walking around behaving so.
Oh, boy. But, yeah,
3.5 billion. I don't. You're unwavering.
Yeah, no, not for money, boy. Like, money, I can't enjoy the money.
Well,
especially considering you might be in jail.
Speaking of in jail, and listen, these segues will just happen.
Naturally.
Listen, speaking of somebody who is in jail and who did something for money. Prosecutors appeal against Jack Ewer's acquittal on attempted murder charge.
So the prosecutors appeal against
Jack Ewer's acquittal on attempted murder.
So there was an acquittal?
Clearly we missed it.
Okay, read the article. Because
me, last time I know he was going to jail.
Yeah, 6 years, I say.
About that.
Yeah.
The Netherlands Public Prosecution Service has lodged an appeal against Jack Ewer's acquittal for attempted murder. They're appealing before. Wait, they're lodging. Okay. We've lodged an appeal to the Court of Appeal today against acquittal for attempted murder. No hearing has been held. In the Court of Appeal, 3 senior judges hear the entire case again. At this higher level, the trial procedure is virtually identical to that in its lower courts. Franklin Witsimina, press officer of the Netherlands Public Prosecution Service, said. In March, Register Jacquier was convicted of attempted manslaughter and sentenced to 6 years in prison in the Netherlands. The behind these prison... Y'all has pissed me off. The behind these prison wall singer was found...
In these prison walls.
Yes, was found not guilty of attempted attempted murder by the court, which rejected his self-defense claim. But now the Dutch prosecutors appear to be taking aim at him once again to overturn his acquittal on okay, I catch it now.
Okay, so they're going back up. They're going after him for that particular charge.
The attempted
murder.
The manslaughter. The attempted manslaughter he get locked up for it? Yeah. Attempted manslaughter is what he get his 6 years for. But the prosecutors want it to be attempted murder.
Right.
So they're appealing that case. Because I'm like, we missed something. But no. I guess the 6 years ain't sitting well with the prosecutors.
Them lawyers also have more money, man.
And it could be that too. But, yikes.
They want last Jacquier.
Bye.
They want last the cure.
Why would they put that in? They could have picked any song, any song as him.
Is there any? I'll ask you this, Jade. Is there any song more relevant?
No.
Exactly. But I mean, it's a sad situation all around,
Definitely.
especially. But
you hear them voice notes?
Yes.
Jacquier the plan to kill that man for you. So I understand the prosecutor.
Jacquier was angry.
Yes. You also shouldn't. I just tell y'all about backspacing and putting out every thought that comes to your mind. Yes, you could have want to kill him for your money, but don't send him a voice note and tell him.
Jade, I say this daily on the show. Spend more time living your content than posting it here.
Like,
I don't understand what happened to these people.
I don't understand what he thought would have happened. You send the man that you stab a voice note telling him that you're going to kill him? So what do you think the prosecutor's going to do?
Yeah, you kind of and then claim self-defense.
Sir. Listen, that's how we work. Man, if you know, but that's how we work.
Yo.
The prosecutors listen over this voice note like, nah.
But I feel it for him, Jay.
I understand because people owing you is listen. That there does make you want to kill people for you, but you don't tell them. You don't tell them as him.
No, I shouldn't.
You should not tell them.
Okay.
Keep that between you and God.
Okay.
I don't tell all the time, pray about it.
Noted.
So all them people that owe you, please. Hey, learn from Cattle. Listen.
Voice notes and text messages does mess up a lot of man.
They're learning as him. They're learning.
The other day I was doing some research into the possibilities of like people getting into your phone and so. Jade, anybody could, like you got enough money you could get into anybody's phone easy.
Yeah.
Jade, me talking about like getting into somebody's phone and like see what on their phone. I talking about anything you could do on the phone, they could do on your phone.
Set up.
Like they could call, they could send messages, they could do anything. Jade.
It's like a scary thought. I'm gonna let you.
Jade, and you know the funny thing about it, I literally went to the website for one of the programs. These people direct just selling this to the governments, eh? Like
who else do you think they're going to sell it to?
Like governments all over the world just buying these things and like sending it to people's phone and say.
As there was an app that I was using yesterday, right? I don't remember what I was doing. But there's an app that I was using yesterday and it literally asked me if I want to give it permission for it to sell my information. I said, what? You're going to be crazy.
At least he asks.
It has some type of manners.
But the truth is most people just click, okay.
They don't read fine print. No, the government just watching you through your phone.
They don't even read big print.
It's true.
They don't even read big print.
That's a fact. Now your webcam switching on and off and you ain't touching it.
I was calling it. If you know about Pegasus 2, Pegasus 2 is a whole different thing. I went to the website. I went to the website for the program there. And was like reading and Jade, I went to a website, they have an actual video promoting the thing. Like, Jade, this thing's so tense, right?
Promoting what thing?
Promoting the program, like it's like an ad, like for the program.
The program that has allowed you to hack people's phone?
Yes. It's government's buying it. It's government's buying it. No, the thing about it, right? The thing about it for me was
And if I was by any.
these things are tense, right? These things are tense. The program the program, they're literally telling you, oh, by the way, and if they suspect that you're hacking their phone and they turn off the phone, no problem. Pegasus 2 deletes itself after X amount of days of inactivity.
May want a phone no more. May want a phone. Listen, I'm going back to beepers. Beepers and payphone.
Jade, screw that. I'm using smoke signals here. If you need me,
Pigeons. Because.
Smoke signals, Jade.
Yeah,
up on a hill, you could get me. If you need me, just send me a smoke signal, guys.
You think the government would do something like this?
Jade.
Without a second thought?
Jade, you better go check your phone right now.
No, that's fine. Whatever they say my phone, I could say to them. I good.
Yeah, but
and I don't threaten people in my phone.
But that don't mean you want them seeing everything else that in your phone.
No, not at all.
Exactly.
Some of us might be in jail if they see some of the things that in my phone.
But
and maybe me, because I don't commit crimes.
But the point I'm trying to make is that's not the scary part for me, you know. The scary part in the fact that they could see what in your phone, you know. The scary part is that they could put things in your phone that you ain't put there.
Nah, that's wild. Y'all check your phone.
They could literally have you calling Idi Amin. Like they got the contact in your phone with the number. Imagine one day you just scroll into your phone and just see like the contact for like Kim Jong-il or something.
No,
and you realize
no playlist. I mean nothing.
And you know nothing. Like, yo, this world is a crazy place.
Definitely is. But it's break time because
but people want us pop CCTV cameras because we're not doing anything wrong.
Now let them continue. They could pop out pointing at the house, you know, if they feel better. Yes, so break time because we have a very interesting conversation to jump into next.
Indeed.
With a friend of the show, because he's been here a couple of times.
Yeah.
In every time he come here, he wearing a different hat. That's vibes.
That's vibes. But guys, we're gonna take a short break. We're gonna be right back with more Island Tea. Stick and stay.
Magnum. Take charge. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, let me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. He are a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Delicious, lightly salted, tasty, and oh so fresh.
Delicious, multigrain, crispy, full of flavor, and so guilt-free.
Licious, buttery blend, golden brown, melts in your mouth, and of course, you just want more.
Things that make you go, Licious, the new snack cracker from Wabisco. Buttery blend, multigrain, or lightly salted. Ready to snack straight from the pack. Try them today.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. Remember, it's still hump day. All day today, through the Federation of St. Kitts-Nevis. But like we said before we went on break, we're actually being joined in studio by a friend of the show. And his importance seems to just be rising by the day.
Listen, I aspire. I aspire.
But guys, in studio we have with us Mr. Samal Duggins. Samal, how you doing?
Good morning. Good morning, Azim. Good morning, Jade. And good morning to the listening public. I'm doing pretty well today.
Samal, appreciate you taking the time out to come and hanging out with us on the show. But I must say, it is it's so refreshing to have either a politician, aspiring politician, who is introducing himself without putting his middle name or initial in every instance where his name is seen. I want to congratulate you on that.
He didn't do it yet.
Oh, he didn't do it yet?
No.
Don't add in your middle initial yet. But yeah, man, it's just really cool to see what happened on Sunday, which was the official launch of your candidacy for constituency number 4 as a member of the St. Kitts Labour Party.
I will say official because myself and Azim saw a picture already and we were like, yeah, we know what happening.
That was the unofficial one.
Yeah, that was the unofficial one. The one on 4th Street, we said, okay.
And it's funny that you said that because I've been the experience of people putting a lot of things to me that I don't know about, No, and that's like for real. And I guess maybe because I'm so cool and calm and I really don't care to get in a lot of drama.
Right.
So I've seen a lot of that. But yes, I'm the official candidate for constituency number 4 for the St. Kitts-Nevis Labour Party. And it's an honor. It's really an honor.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations. I mean, I was looking at the event, and the energy that surrounded the entire event was electric. There was a lot of excitement from my perspective, but there was something that went up a notch when your name was announced.
Oh, the people lost their minds.
And you entered you entered the stage. That moment in particular, because I would assume that there had been a build up to that particular moment, and so in that moment when your name is called and you begin making your entrance to the stage and the people respond the way they respond, could you describe what thoughts or emotions might have been you might have been experiencing at that point?
Well, at that point, I mean, I was just really thinking like, okay, this is real now. Because, what's interesting is for years I've been asked about politics.
Mm-hmm.
And initially I was really one of those that was like never. Because of the disdain for some of the ways the processes were handled and the perceived inequality and unfairness that we seem to attach to politics. And so I started, like, if you knew me, you couldn't get me to listen to anything political. And then, you started maturing and recognizing that no matter what you do and how you approach it, you still are governed by these laws and governed by whatever is coming out of those halls. So coming to that moment and being asked all the time and years of considering and reconsidering and it was that real moment, like, this is it now and you have to be the change you want to see.
Yeah,
that's true.
I think that when you speak about not necessarily being politically minded, from maybe young, or is there a particular moment? Because we've spoken to some other politicians, and what I always find interesting about their story as they enter into politics is what it is that kind of pushed them to the point where it was like, okay, I'm now, at a place where I'm going to put my hat in the ring.
To be a politician.
Right. Is there a particular incident, moment, a conversation with somebody that helped to change your perspective on the whole thing?
A picture. Interestingly, it was a picture. And the picture, it was a meme. I don't know if you guys ever saw the meme where there were two guys, one down in a hole and one at the top of the hole, reaching down his hand with a ladder next to him.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that meme for me really kind of changed my perspective because I felt like the guy at the top of the hole, doing as much as I can for people, knowing that I've been asked to use this ladder for so long and not using it out of whatever personal feeling I had towards it and saying that I was trying to help. So I felt like a hypocrite, actually, and I thought, you know what, just use the ladder and help as many people as you could because policies are broad-based, and that's what politics is really about. So from a policy perspective, from a, the reach perspective, I think that it offered me the right opportunity to really extend that reach and really help rather than just extending my hand. And that meme really kind of changed my perspective when I saw it.
So for you, it's more about being able to impact the most people, and you saw this as an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I mean, and if you've known my life, that's always what I've been about. Like, when it was hip-hop music, I was pioneering that and making sure everybody had a voice. And then when music took off well enough, and I recognized that poets didn't have a voice, I went back and helped poets. And when, it was always a fight for the honor privilege, always a fight for those that didn't have the voice, and trying to, as much as I could, to give my voice to them and lend my voice to them. And this is another case of that. But every time you step into a new room, you realize there's a higher level of a problem. And for me, my life has been dedicated to trying to kick down these doors and break these glass ceilings on every level. And if that's my purpose for being here, I'm willing to execute that all the way through.
All right. Well, I mean, if this is just, as you're saying, a continuation of what it is that you have, this displayed throughout your life, then that's definitely commendable. And at the same time, though, one might ask the question: one, why 4? And 2, why the Kitts-Nevis Labour Party?
So in regards to why number 4, my life has been a life where I've been all over, right? Because if we look at it from just a constituency basis now, if you break it down into that, I've been number 3, number 2, number 4. In terms of my own personal living and
where you reside.
Yes,
in terms of
correct.
Right.
Also, earlier years I spent in the U.S., Miami, Rhode Island. Come back. St. Martin. So it's like my life has been all over the place in that regard. So I'm not one of those who feel like I am attached to any one particular place.
Right.
I think I'm a man of the soil. I was born in St. Kitts and raised in St. Kitts for, most of my life. But number 4, that's really where, for me, I grew up. I ventured there every morning and went to school. My schoolmates, my friends, my best friends all come from the area. And then, like I said in the presentation, it was real. I applied to be a math teacher and they sent me right back there. And then I decided to be a farmer and the land that was right back there. And I decided to buy a property and it was right back there. And all of this is before even considering politics.
So you almost feel like this is part of a divine plan, almost.
Who could have scripted this? At the end of the day, this started since the 90s. Who could have scripted this?
Right. And then also, like I was saying, why the Kitts-Nevis Labour Party?
Now, for me, because of understanding. I am somebody that's very open-minded, and I have been involved with the whole concept of all political parties in this federation, and I've seen the inner operations of all. And for me, it was in understanding the inner operations of all, the one that suited my own desire for democracy, inclusion, and true love for everybody. Because that's just my life. I don't, I see everybody as one. If I pass a vagrant on the street, it's the same love as if I'm passing Queen of England. Like, nobody's different in that view for me. Humans are humans. And, you know, to me, the Labour Party offered that. Like, I applied through a process just open for anybody. I was considered just like anybody. And I went through the process like everybody. And the fact that they even considered my application in that sense is testament to what I'm talking, because, again, I've been involved otherwise, and that's no secret. And I've never tried to make that a secret on any forum, because my principles remain the same no matter what. Like, if you listen to me then, apart from the name, the principles are all the same. Inclusion, people, love, development. I believed it then and I believe it now. But I've had a chance to see them all operate, and I could now say with more wisdom than I maybe did before who I think is the better one to align myself with.
Well, joining a party, especially a party that is seen in this country currently as the opposition, do you think you have a harder fight being able to cement yourself as the next rep for your constituency?
Respectfully, I don't think I'm even considering that. Whatever the fight is, I have a mission, and whatever the fight is to really push that mission forward, it is. I've never been, even my political involvement, I've never been involved on a government front. Like, it was always opposition. And that's just my fight. Like I said, and maybe that's just because of the nature of who I am. Like, I fight for the honor privilege all the time.
Yeah, I definitely understand. I mean, we sometimes have this debate here as to politicians versus statesmen, right? Recognizing that those two aren't always the same, right? And sometimes their agendas may overlap, but they don't always align. And based on what you're talking about, you hear people who may say, based on what you're trying to achieve, perhaps the political arena isn't the place that is more suited to that journey. What would you say to those people?
I've been there, like I said, I've been there where I was like, never. And it was the same concept. Because, you know, we say, oh, politics is dirty, it's nasty. But it's like I was explaining to somebody just last night, actually. If you have a bucket, and I have acid in one cup and water in one cup, and I throw the cup of acid into the bucket, what's in the bucket? Acid, right? But if I throw water into the bucket, what's in the bucket? So if the good people stay away from politics, then it would always be considered nasty. And I think this is a call for all the people who believe differently to come to the table, because, you know, the nature of politics is democracy, right? The ayes have it. So if more acid is in the bucket than water, the ayes have it. But if more water is in the bucket than acid, then the ayes have it.
So you're saying that you see the perception of the state of politics, particularly Caribbean politics, has to do a lot with more of the people that are drawn to that as opposed to the system. You don't see it as systemic, you see it more as based on the people that are involved?
Yeah, I think generally I saw a quote, and I think it said power attracts the corruptible. And I think that's kind of really what it is, like, it's who's involved. And to me, if we have more genuine, kind-hearted persons in politics, I think we will have a different system of politics. Because you are who you are. And your policies will be based on the people making the decisions.
Yeah, I think that there are people who definitely want to see a different brand of politician enter the arena. Somebody who at least they feel has their best interests at heart, and not so much about self or have other ulterior motives. So perhaps yes, if we see more people who have the similar vision as you, we could see a change in what the politics are. Is there any issues that you personally hold dear to you, and things that you are, maybe might consider a pet project, or anything that you personally really want to work towards or fight for?
Yeah, for sure. And all of these I've been fighting for even all my life, like food security. Again, and that comes to people empowerment and youth development. Like I've fought for entrepreneurs all my life. Like when I got let's go back to 2000, 2001. As an artist, I remember walking into the rooms of the national promoters at that time, and we're talking like this would have been like Wanda Connor, Vincent Foe, Alistair Williams, and fighting for young entertainers, and even then I remember years after, like some of the things that we fought for and put in place back in 2001, I remember talking to even Nichabi and Infamous and these guys about them and saying, these things now, 10, 15 years after, you guys still on that same page. It's time to take it up a notch. And, interestingly, that was just before the Stickle drum rhythm came out, and then they took it to the next level, and I was happy for that because, it's like a baton to me. Like you fight for these things one era, and then somebody takes it to another level. And even you yourself, Azim, we come from that era, so you yourself know some of what I'm talking about, right? But that's one aspect. And then even what I'm doing in agriculture, what I'm doing with young persons. I mean, from my first job, I was a teacher. And once I got my first job, I started a scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
This was some 16, 17 years ago, and at this point, you couldn't get me to listen to political meetings. So, these are not things that I'm just talking about politically.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I believe in it, I'll start fighting for it from day one.
Right.
Legal reform is another thing, because again, I look at our society and that little black boy theory is real. Like that these glass ceilings that they place on you, like you should not grow beyond this point because you are not one of the people in the category that we have prescribed for this particular position. And I want to tell all of us out there, like, let's put away with that and break that glass ceiling and open the door for any and everybody who has the potential and the ambition and who's willing to work for it.
Right.
Well, as being somebody who is on the younger demographic per se for politics, do you think that you would be able to change the style and to change some of the tribalism that the younger generation have voiced that they don't really subscribe to anymore? Because, the older generation, they love that, loud and rah-rah politics. But the younger people seem to be more about thinking about the future of the country and not so much of the drama and all of that. Do you think it would help to change or even make a path for this type of politics?
Well, I don't know if I want to take that responsibility on myself, but I'll tell you my role in that is to not be it. And that's really my role, to not be involved in that part of it. Like, even on my journey here, I have never been involved in any abuse of anybody or anything. And I stand on that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, time is running us down, and you've definitely said a lot. I think that the anticipation, the energy, the obvious support that seems to be coming, even just since Sunday, I got at least 6 people on my WhatsApp right now and use the profile picture. I want to know how much Samal I got. I want to know.
I passed like to this morning.
I'm telling you. But with that being said, I do believe that people, of course, really looking forward to hearing more about what you intend to do. Obviously, I know that is a question that you have probably been asked even before the announcement. And I also believe that based on where we are in the campaign cycle, it might be difficult for you to be, very pointed and you have to be strategic. But what can you tell us about what your plans are for constituency 4?
So my plans for constituency 4 are enveloped into our national plan as well, right? And to sum it up and make it very simple, for the interest of time and where we are, and like you said, there are, certain elements that would have to be done in its right time.
Right, right.
But to sum it up, in a nutshell, it's 2 words. I would tell the people to prepare for a Reformation Renaissance.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
Reformation Renaissance.
I think that is suggesting that there's a recognition of needed change and an intention to bring about that change.
Correct.
All right.
It's about to be a revolution.
And we could not ask for anything more out of our politicians, so love it.
Yeah, but Samal, I mean, even, you are the one that is on the platform and the one that is now embarking on this new chapter, this new journey. But of course, you don't embark on this journey alone. How has this been for your loved ones, your family, your wife, your kids? How has it been so far, being a part of this particular chapter in your life?
I mean, I would say the journey is like life. It comes in waves, right? But I think the honesty that we hold within ourselves and where we are. Because some days I don't get to spend time with my son. You know what I mean? I really don't have the time because you're out doing so much. And even things that I need to get done personally, sometimes you don't have the time for that. And in other days, it's really the only thing you want to be doing at this time. So it has been tough in terms of time and, availability and planning because, where you would want to be on vacation, you have to be doing something else.
Right.
And, so in those elements, but again, it's a mission, so I'm not distracted by that. Like if I'm here, I'm here. Right. And when this mission is complete and we're on to the next one, then so be it.
Right. Yeah, because I know a lot of times we look at the person that is, in the spotlight and not really recognizing that person might be in the spotlight, but there are a lot of people in the shadows right there propping up this person and dealing with dealing with a lot of what that person said. We talk about it even with the pageant contestants. I say, but I wouldn't want to be the significant other and a woman going in front of pageant.
And
that man don't get
I mean, it's a lot. And, in my case, I have a very supportive wife. And my whole family has been very supportive of what I'm doing because they understand the mission and they know this is me. Like, this has been my life. This ain't today, this ain't yesterday, this has been my entire life. Like, you go back to the community when people used to walk around with a tub on their head selling nuts and sugar cake and they know, go to Samal, he can at least buy something. And this is 8-9 years old, right? So this is my life. And so my family know that. And I don't think they would even try to step in the way of that. And they also support it. They're very similar minded anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, I look into to really observe just the development of this upcoming election cycle and how things shape up. There's a lot of elements, of course, that make it very interesting. But I think at the end of the day, like I keep saying, with strong parties and strong people vying for the position to represent the people, I think ultimately what we all want to see is the people getting the best representation possible, wherever that comes from. So, I mean, as you put yourself in that position to say, hey, I'm asking for that opportunity, full support to you on your journey, and wishing you all the best as you embark on this new, on this new journey, man.
Yeah, and I respect that, and that is exactly why, again, I'm here, because, again, just like I said before, it's about the best representation for the people. And when I don't see it, and before you try to identify it and pick it, until you recognize, you may as well be the change that you want to see.
Right.
And that's the ultimate goal,
Well, I mean,
I'm actually excited to see you on this new political path. I mean, well, not new in the sense of you haven't been doing the groundwork, but new in the sense that
being a candidate. Or
yes,
a candidate,
yes. So I am looking forward to seeing how you. Because Lord, we fed up are the ones that. No. To be honest, a lot of us are fed up at the way that things have been run with when it comes to this back and forth tribalism, arguing, and all of these things. We literally privy to things that we feel we shouldn't even know. And we keep seeing it.
What are you saying, Jane? You're ready for change?
You ain't going to do that.
I'm just trying to understand your words.
You ain't going to do that. You ain't going to make them cook me to death. No, thank you. I shall just stay on this side of the mic and look on as I do. Because out here, normal boy. I tip my hat to anybody who is in this arena. Because for me, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean the truth is, Jade, you find where you fit in, right? Everybody doesn't have the same calling, but what I would say is that when people walk in their purpose, like good things happen. And from what I'm hearing from you, you believe that this is divine, is intentional, and so if that is what's happening, then hey, I think it would positively contribute to the overall wellness of not only the people of War, but hopefully the people of the country. So again, as we embark on this, man, we're just really looking forward to see how this whole thing plays out. Yep. And for me, if you for the people, that's my thing. I just want what's best for the people, and I think
want what's best for the country.
Yeah.
Nothing big to ask for.
Well, Samal, I mean, time of course is fast spent. We're gonna have to leave. We're gonna have to go. But just quickly, any last words you wanna leave with the listeners and the viewers?
Yes, just really to extend gratitude. As I looked back at the event on Sunday, the overwhelming support actually gave me goosebumps. And in hindsight, you realize wow, people are really ready for this. And I just want to say thanks for that show of support, for the confidence that so many persons have really put in me. Because sometimes it could be frightening as well, because you come out and you read the comments and you recognize it's a huge bout of confidence, and to live up to that sometimes, but also to remain focused and say I'm not really here to live up to anybody's expectation. I'm here to execute the mission. And if you love the mission, I appreciate that, but the mission must continue. And it's really finding that balance and maintaining that balance and that focus. But I really want to say thank you to the good people of constituency number 4 for putting me forward and recommending me as your candidate. Thank you to the Kitts-Nevis Labour Party for considering me. Thank you to my family, my wife. Thank you to the general public, the country, and hopefully we make magic together and we really change this country for the best.
All right, man, and thank you again for taking the time out to come and hang out with us this morning. You're always open and receptive to the invitations, and we really do appreciate that. Because, like you said, I know it's busy time for you right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm even sure that you got this pulled off because.
Oh yeah.
And of course, the Kitts-Nevis Labour Party also launched another candidate in the.
Who was actually on the live?
Marsha Henderson.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And she was on the live, man.
Yes.
Yeah. So you got to talk to your colleague. Tell her come through one time, man. Tell her we don't bite.
She will. She will. In fact, they all will.
All right.
So again, big up to all the candidates and the Cameron leader as well, Dr. Terrence Joe. I think big things are in the making for us. Yes.
Okay.
All right, man.
You hear what you said?
I hear it. Yeah.
We're gonna forget this,
No, we got on live, man.
You bet. Okay.
Samal, thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
All right, lovely. Thank you for having me.
All right, man.
Cheers.
But guys, that is it for today. We're gonna leave. We're gonna go. We're gonna disembark. We're gonna get out of here. And yeah, Jade, I think we had a good show today. I think we were able to get out some of the frustrations. No, we got a long walk to go back to the road now, but.
Oh yeah, I laughing and I forget.
Oh, you got to you forget your me too? Okay, I got company now though. Okay. I got company
You see
now.
what I say? Who does laugh last is laugh the best. Because I hear laughing, forgetting. No, I got to go trot up the road. But think I can't close up shoes today, yeah?
But guys, it's been rich. We had a great time. Thanks to Samal again for coming and hanging out.
Indeed.
Guys, please deal with people with grace and love. If you listen to us on Facebook, YouTube, Win Media SKN's website, or 98.99 FM dial, we appreciate you. All the people that call in, comment on the live. Yeah, I know y'all been sharing and liking it up. Continue to do that.
We can see it. I love it.
Yeah, comment, like, yeah, the comments been going crazy. Big up yourself one time. Putting it in people's algorithms.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
As it should be.
Indeed. So thank you so much for that, guys. But yeah, we're actually way past time, so let's get out of here.
Yes, don't forget, guys, coming up next is Money Matters right here. If that is something that you are interested in, and you should be, because it does.
Everybody.
Listen, stick and stay.
Yeah, guys.
Right here to Win Media SKN. And then after that, we have Voices with the man himself, you know. The airwave terrorist, Devon Cornelius.
Mr. Cornelius?
You know what time it is when Devon is on.
Very respectful young man.
Yes.
Very highly respected.
Yes, as he should be. But yes, guys.
Hopefully we can get there.
Well, if that's what you aspiring to be. I respected young man. I don't want to be a respected young man, but you know.
Oh, right.
No.
I could see that.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, stick and stay to Win FM for more good things happening all day today.
Yeah, and remember, guys, spend more time living your content than posting it. You can save you a lot of headache, yeah. Listen to your Uncle Royal now.
I know, don't forget to look out for some type of announcement, hopefully, today after this meeting. I'm still having faith, you know.
Yeah, we just see a nice picture, 3 guys,
you know,
lovingly.
Listen, with a terribly designed graphic from one of those.
Stop. Oh, boy.
From one of those. No, let me do that.
Okay.
But I know who I mean. Anyway.
Guys, remember, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. We're